to describe an experience I have with system design and with flow. So, like most of us, I've designed systems that navigate my life, systems of time, systems of routine, systems of transportation, systems of writing, systems of eating, systems of buying things. So these are the systems. And the systems exist in a larger concept of flow. And so reality is symmetrical, and the most graceful form is the sphere. But culture is asymmetrical, and the systems of navigating within a culture are linear, are crude, and rarely coincide with that graceful shape of the sphere, that most graceful shape of all. And so one of the things that we can see about this triangle is that it is a crude way of navigating the sphere. Not all points on the sphere are conscious. Energy is entering and moving around the sphere gracefully in the larger reality, and then within the limited framework of the human egos, reality is navigating within these 3 points that intersect with the sphere. Now, as the culture gets more and more complex, more and more diverse, as it embraces its minorities, its complexities, this triangle may morph into a shape like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, or 9. And in this more complex shape and version of flow, at each of these intersection points, there will be a moment of flow. There will be a moment when things feel right, when things feel aligned, when things feel almost a little magical, have an element of grace. And as things get more complex, more symmetrical, and better designed, the partnering with the circle becomes even more complex. And we see a 24-sided shape, a 48-sided shape. However, we experience this phenomena of flow, of resonance, of synchrony at the points when the crude or limited system of the human mind intersects with the larger spherical system of the body, or of reality. And the more complex our system, the more distinctions in consciousness and awareness, the more we have that moment of flow. Now, what this also suggests is that there is an important place for the discipline and the reason-sustained, steady behavior, consciously directed behavior in the void. Meaning, this morning as I drove to the beach, there was a moment of complete flow. There was a moment where the weather seemed absolutely perfect. There was a moment where going to the beach on such a day seemed absolutely perfect. There was a moment where walking up and down and hearing and seeing the waves was the exact right thing to be happening in the universe at that point in time, where everything felt right. And then the moment was gone. And the drive back to the house ensued. And then there was a moment entering the house and seeing all the beauty, all the art, all the flowers. There was a moment of gratitude and pleasure and flow, the moment of being. And then the chores to maintain that house began. And there was a moment in the rest where it felt absolutely sublime taking a nap. And then the discipline of getting up too early, to rush a little bit too fast, to meet a chiropractic appointment a little bit late, before, again, a beautiful moment. And then contacting the crew, the chiropractor appointment took a little longer. And going out. And the crew's right there and it's flowing. So there are these moments within any system where we intersect and there's a real flow and it's beautiful. But in order to get to those moments within the crudeness of our system, requires long moments and times of discipline, of uncertainty, where it's like traveling through the void, where it doesn't necessarily feel magical, where it doesn't necessarily feel right, where it doesn't feel dimensional, where it doesn't feel beautiful. But the more that we develop our systems in partnership with the larger reality, developing a sense of symmetry, moving towards complexity and vision, the more contact points we have with that field of grace, and the less we have traveling through the center in that void of not being sure if we're doing the right thing, and yet validated at the end as we intersect with the moment that we're aiming for, with the field that we're aiming for, having that beautiful transcendent moment.